Tax season dreaded by most, but there are local experts to help you through that process.
To talk about what you need to know before you file, right now we are joined by Tiffany Fabian from EG Tax Service. Tiffany, thank you so much for coming in this afternoon.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's our time to shine. So
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're shining. We're doing our best and working long hours and usually there from 8 in the morning till midnight, but we're getting it done.
For what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank
So you have your
Yeah.
work cut out for you.
Yes.
First off the top, is there anything new when it comes to taxes people should be on the lookout for before they file?
Yeah, so the energy credits, just like last year, are really big. A few years ago, they weren't so big. It was like 10%. Now they're like 30%. So up to $1,200 for windows, new doors, insulation, furnace, air conditioning units, as long as it meets the right Sears unit. And then really clever is it maxes out at $1,200. So you might want to buy some windows and put some in 24 and then put the rest in 25 so that you utilize the maximization of 1,200 and 1,200. Well, their old credit was a lifetime lifetime energy, and it capped out. So the energy credit doesn't cap out. So you could do 1,200 this year and you could do 1,200 next year. So really plan what you're doing and you'll maximize what you're doing. And then I just really think paying attention to details, filing status and college credit is huge. And so making sure that you're doing the right college credit. There's American Opportunity and there's Lifetime. So really fine-tuning those little nuances and paying attention to them. Yeah.
That's really good advice about, maybe buying this much here and then some next year.
Right.
Are you expecting changes, though, in the coming year because of a new administration?
Yeah, so Trump wants to just rock the boat and rock the earth and rock the United States tax code. I mean, he would like to get rid of tax on Social Security. For instance, I was doing a return the other day for a couple and they have Social Security and they owe $1,200. If they don't have to pay tax on their Social Security, they would get $4,000 refunded to them. So he wants to obliterate and get rid of tax on Social Security. He wants to get rid of tax on tips. He wants to overtime, pay no tax on overtime. He's even gone so far as saying he doesn't even want anybody to pay income tax. So he just wants, tariffs and things of that nature. He really thinks outside the box. But you really have to be careful about the no tax on tips because there's a lot of waiters and waitresses that have children, and so they get the earned income credit. So if you get rid of their tax on tips, you might get rid of their earned income credit. So you really got to be careful. So, out of the box, he thinks it's okay, let's get rid of tax on tips, but you might dismantle their earned income credit. And so you've got to really be careful when you're talking about things like this.
We'll continue to follow that for sure.
Yeah.
When it comes to filing taxes, it's something a lot of people wait last minute to do.
Right.
Do you suggest people file when they can, when they have all their ducks in a row?
I think doing it right away is as soon as you can is a really good idea because if you use a tax professional, I know towards the end we're all scrambling, and so if you get it done sooner, there's less scrambling. And then having everything together and looking at last year, and if you say to yourself, well, I've got everything that matches up to last year, and getting it done right away, because if you wait to the end, maybe you need an expert to even ask a tax question, but they might be so swamped they might not be able to answer your tax question. So it's always better to get it done as soon as you can, and not to mention you want to get your refund as soon as you can too. And so, the old adage, the sooner you do it, the sooner you get the refund, is not necessarily true, like they don't get backed up, but I think it's always good to get your refund that you've been waiting for. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiffany, thank you so much
You
for
guys
EG
are
Tax.
very
We appreciate
welcome.
it.
Very quickly,
Good
what's the
info.
deadline?
It's April 15th.
Great.
Yep.
Tiffany, thank you.